the reason why I'm buying baby Dogecoin instead of Shiba Inu is actually very simple. It's because, first of all, I think it has a lot more room to grow. I think it's a lot better. And also on top of that, I think it's a lot more revolutionary. And now, of course, nothing I say is financial advice nor a guarantee. But, we got to take this into consideration. If, let's say, baby Dogecoin were to go to a $5 billion market cap, and by the way, if you're wondering what price it would have at that point, I do put it on the screen. But even besides that, again, if it were to do that, considering current circulating supply, that would be around a 15x from here. Now, let's see on the flip side, if Shiba Inu were to do a 15x from here, considering current circulating supply, at that point, market cap would be around $150 billion. Now, you got to take this into consideration. Is it realistic for Shiba Inu to reach this during this bull run? I don't really think so. Could Shiba Inu do maybe 5x, 6x, 7x? Yeah, sure. You never know, right? Especially when the bull run is really kicking in. But I think the days of it doing over a 10x, especially during this bull run, I think it's kind of over. I think that baby Dogecoin just has a lot more potential, hypothetically speaking, and I think it's just a lot better. Because if we take a look at Shiba Inu, yeah, sure, it's amazing. There's a fantastic ecosystem when it comes to it. And I really love that when it comes to meme coin. Because, for instance, you take a look at Shibarium, Shiba Inu's layer 2. That's amazing, right? You also take a look at how when it comes to Shiba Inu, the community is fantastic. I totally understand that. But I'm not in the world of cryptocurrencies to FOMO all into a dinosaur, for instance. That's just not my style. If I could only put all my eggs into one basket, Shiba Inu or baby Dogecoin, hands down, baby Doge. I just think, again, it's a much better pick for me. I'm looking for potential upside here. If I'm looking for just, minimal gains, all right, sure, I guess Shiba Inu. But again, I'm looking for the next big thing. I'm not looking for the big thing, so to speak. However, with that being said, some people out there, they're under this misconception that, baby Dogecoin needs to be the next Shiba Inu or Dogecoin to be considered a success. It's actually not true. I mean, again, a $5 billion market cap in the grand scheme of things is so minuscule. We've seen SHIB reach around 40 billion. We've seen Doge reach over 80 billion. And of course, I'm referring to Shiba Inu and Dogecoin. So really, in the grand scheme of things, a $5 billion market cap really isn't too much. And even at that point, right, still around a 15x from here. So even if, let's say, baby Dogecoin were to go to a $10 billion market cap, around a 30x from here, that still wouldn't be unrealistic. And also, around a 30x, it's not that bad anyways, right? I don't think Doge could do that. I don't think SHIB could do that. And also on top of that, it showcases that even if, let's say, baby Doge doesn't reach the heights that SHIB or Doge reached, the potential is still hypothetically very good nonetheless. Now, let's take this into consideration. What are amazing fundamentals of baby Dogecoin? For instance, we take a look at baby Doge AI, which turns artworks into NFTs. We take a look at baby Doge Swap, which allows any token on the BNB chain to be swapped in just a matter of seconds. So that's impressive. We also take a look at baby Doge Chess, play to earn chess game that's still in its testing phase. That's amazing. Now, is it going to be the best blockchain game out there? Arguably, I would say no, but hey, it's a good step in the right direction nonetheless. We also take a look at the baby Doge card. That's amazing. We also take a look at, of course, baby Doge. They have something called farming as a service. Now, this right here allows, a staking farmer pool to be created in just a matter of minutes. I mean, this is how amazing it is. When projects usually want to launch a staking farmer pool, usually the process is kind of complicated. So this basically just simplifies that. That's how revolutionary it is. Other projects out there that aren't even meme coins, they don't even think about this. But again, when it comes to baby Doge, that just shows how they're steps ahead the rest of the competition. And not to mention, exposure is great because you take a look at not too long ago, it got listed in BitGet. That's amazing. Also on top of that, Binance. Of course, that's very fantastic. And I made a video on that when baby Doge did have, a decent pump. Man, that was amazing. But even besides that, I do want to address something when it comes to this because sometimes people get confused because initially when it was announced, there was a unit, in front of baby Doge. For instance, let's say there's 1M baby Doge. Everyone was like, what do you mean 1M baby Doge? They thought oh, is it different than baby Dogecoin? But actually, if you actually take a look at that, what that means is that it's just 1 million baby Dogecoin. That's it. So it's basically still baby Dogecoin. It's just referring to the amount, I would say the units, so to speak, of baby Dogecoin. Now, why did they do this? It's because, baby Doge, the supply is massive. So, having like 1 million units of baby Doge quite essentially kind of like bundled up in a sense, it just makes it easier to manage. Now, even besides that, we even take a look at CoinMarketCap. What do they say, right? They have a statement showcasing how baby Dogecoin and 1M baby Doge refer to the same asset in different denominations. So again, it's just basically the same thing, but then it's just 1M just means like 1 million baby Doge, So it's just a lot simpler to handle, so to speak. But again, it's still the same. So baby Doge, of course, being listed in something like BitGet, Binance, that's amazing. Now, of course, nothing I say is financial advice. It's always important to do your own research. But again, when it comes to baby Doge, man, I think it's just very special. And of course, that's just what I understand about it. Now, even besides that, we take a look at how baby Doge, they even hold a Guinness World Record. And this, by the way, is not a joke because it's actually true. I mean, baby Doge actually holds a Guinness World Record for donating the most amount of pet food in a time span of 24 hours. I mean, man, this is so heartwarming in a very amazing way, by the way, because donating pet food, that's so fantastic right there. And a lot of other projects out there, a lot of other meme coins, they don't even think about this. They don't even care about giving back. They're like, yeah, who cares about that, man? We're all good. We're all Gucci, as they like to say, right? But come on, dude. Giving back, I think, is a good idea, especially in amazing projects like this, right? Pet-themed, meme coin giving back to pets quite essentially. I really love that when it comes to baby Dogecoin. So as an overall package, I think it's so amazing in a sense that it's far beyond just a stereotypical like caca meme coin, for instance, because typically when people think about meme coins, they think about something kind of useless, having like just very bad fundamentals all around, not really developing. But when it comes to baby Doge, you take a look at those fundamentals right there. That could really rival a lot of like, let's say, layer one blockchains. I mean, really, if you think about it, other projects out there, they probably don't even care about this type of stuff. But you take a look at baby Doge, man, that's just how special they are. So when people like to say that, oh, wow, it's trash, it's caca, it's just harping off the Dogecoin name. Well, even though it does have that Dogecoin name aspect to it, I think it's far beyond, a lot of the other meme coins. And I think it's far better fundamentally than Dogecoin. I'm not talking about fans. I'm not talking about hype. I'm just saying in terms of pure fundamentals, I think baby Dogecoin is just a lot better. And here's the thing, this run could be so special. Over 600 million crypto owners, according to Crypto.com research. That's insane. That's actually double pretty much the amount that we saw back in the peak of the 2021 bull run. So you got to imagine that. The added FOMO, buying pressure, buying volume through the roof. Hypothetically, you take a look at the Bitcoin ETF, the number of institutional investors. You also take a look at the amount of enterprise adoption for Bitcoin. It's just amazing. So as Bitcoin reaches new all-time highs, let's say 100,000, 150,000, could you imagine what happens to a meme coin, for instance? Much like baby Doge, I think it's going to go along with the ride. But of course, it's going to take some time. I just can't demand it to pump right now. I can't do that, right? What I can do is just staying patient. And even we've already seen, what patience did for me in this sense, because I wasn't expecting, baby Dogecoin to randomly get listed on like Binance or BitGet. Just randomly it did, right? I was like, oh, wow, that's great. I think this, if anything, showcases why dollar cost averaging works so well for me, because the whole time I was just accumulating, holding, and just waiting, anytime an income, again, just accumulating. So then when there was like a pump, I didn't miss out on it because I wasn't day trading. I wasn't using leverage. I wasn't swing trading. And I wasn't like waiting for a certain point to go all in, for instance, because if I had done that, let's say I waited for it to go lower and lower and it didn't do that, let's say it went up, then I kind of missed out on that, right? So of course, that's why dollar cost averaging, I think it's so key for me. Now, not financial advice, but the way I do it is by constantly accumulating like this, right? Let's say the price does dump, I can accumulate some more. But then if the price does pump, I quite essentially don't miss out on the ride. So that's why I do that. But even besides all that, with a bull run potentially being this amazing, baby Dogecoin at a $5 billion market cap, I don't see why not. I don't think it's crazy. We've seen, again, SHIB far exceed this. We've seen Doge far exceed this. So I don't think it's too much to ask for, especially for a bull run, hypothetically being, again, this amazing. I don't see why not. As baby Doge gains more and more exposure, as it starts to be listed in even more major exchanges, could you imagine the community, right? Could you imagine the hype? Could be so amazing, but it's just only a matter of time. I think around a year from right now, things could look so different because even historically speaking, altcoins have been known to peak around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event as a worst case scenario. The Bitcoin halving event happened back in April. So based off that date, that's a worst case scenario around October of next year. which may seem like quite a while from right now, but it's actually not so bad. Now, granted, could it happen sooner? Absolutely. You just never know. But let's say happens around a year from right now. It's actually not that long. I mean, we're already almost at 2025. It's not that bad. At least that's the way I view it. Again, a $5 billion market cap wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. I prefer baby Dogecoin over Shiba Inu. I think it's much better. I think that it's far lower in a good way, of course, because hypothetically more room to grow. And also on top of that, I think it's fundamentally more diverse. So I really can't wait. I'm very excited. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I'd greatly appreciate it. It's only the captain. Catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.